How do you feel right now?
I feel threatened.
How do you feel right now?
Amiable.
Fascinating. But I'm actually closer. I'm literally physically touching you right now.
Right.
How did I go from standing in front of you with, 18 inches, 2 feet in front of you? I was threatening, but now I'm actually closer to you and you feel amiable. Why?
Your body language, your facial expressions.
Huh. Where's our problem right now? You and I have a problem. Where is it? It's out there. It's them. You're our problem.
Oh.
It's out in front of us. We're on the same team.
Same side,
Absolutely. I want to talk to you about your problem smoking weed. Where's your problem?
Your finger
Yeah,
in your face.
me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about us talking about weed. I'm your problem. Social worker, how much communication is nonverbal? 50%. Depending on the study, the low end of nonverbal communication is 70%. The low end. The high end, 93%. Which means what I say is such a tiny fraction of what is actually communicated. However, when you and I have a problem and you do something stupid, what do? I make eye contact with you and walk across the room. You, literally, when I did that, you didn't know what I was doing. You looked up, you shifted in your chair, you closed your eyes hoping I wasn't still there when you opened them. Like you did all these fabulous things. It's totally normal. When I make eye contact with somebody and walk straight towards them, what am I doing to them? Where's your brain functioning go? It goes from here to back here. What happens down in the lower parts of your brain? Fight, flight, or freeze. A very primal brain activity that you have no control over. Where does learning happen? Way up here. And so what we do is we're going to have a serious conversation because you skip curfew, you smell like weed, you do whatever. Like, you all have these serious conversations, and we all we're having a hard conversation right now. And what I'm doing with my kid is driving them to a place where learning does not happen. Fight, flight, or freeze is not a learning position. It is your body figuring out what it needs to do. There's no learning happening. What's your job as parents? To teach. What do you need to teach and learn? A sense of safety. So if you really want to teach your kids, you can't drive them in their brain to a position where they can't learn. It's not that they're oppositional, they are, but in this particular context, they're not acting like they are because they're oppositional. They're acting like they are because it's a biological process. So, how do you have hard conversations with your kids? Be hyper aware of your body language. It's not this. It's not the finger. Don't you dare talk to me like that. All that is a threatening position. Even me making eye contact with you and walking across the room. You're a big dude. You threaten people just by showing up. All you guys, bald head, beard man, like the idea of you're going to threaten your kids. How old are your little guys?
8 and 11.
Yeah. I mean, you're just big. You cannot come at your kids head on. You can't get big loud. How many of you are yellers? Yeah, why do you yell? We have a reason why we yell. Why?
I feel like it's the only way they listen.
Yeah, I just want her to listen to me. Lord, if I get louder, you'll listen. We have an intention that they're gonna listen. They don't. Shocker. What happens when you yell? It's this position of trying to dominate. What happens when you're trying to be dominated? Your brain goes into, I can size her up. Like, can I take her right now? Or maybe I just freeze. Or maybe I just walk away from you and I'm fleeing. It's not that they're being oppositional. You're putting their brain in a position where they can't learn. So what do I want you to do? You're going to have hard conversations with your kids. What do I want you to do? I want you to sneak up on them. I don't want them even to see you're coming. It's like all of a sudden you're just here. And he's like, look, I didn't know you were there. Great, that's exactly what I want. I want him to be surprised. I also want to be aware of my body dynamics. It's my castle. My house, my rules. I'm not saying that out loud, but that's how I'm thinking. I can mess with body dynamics. I can sit lower than him. One, if your kid's aggressive, it's really hard for him to punch me in the face right now, which is a plus in my world. But it's also messing with body dynamics. His mind stays open because he actually thinks he's in control right now, which is hilarious. But it's my house, my rules. I'm good. Sometimes I have to have hard conversations with your kids. I'll get lower than them. And also, I'm a loud person, like I just am loud. And I know that, and my voice can intimidate, especially some of the little kids that we work with. But I'll get really soft. I'll just get quiet. I can say hard things to him quietly. You know what he does when I get soft? He leans into me to hear what I'm saying, which is exactly what I want. I don't want him to be far away from me. I don't want him to be intimidated. I want him to be closer to me because then I can influence him. So I just start messing with body dynamics because I know that at least 70% of how I show up is going to be what's communicating what I really want Junior to get. So my future SUWS kid, Mavis, 3 years old, she's, a bold 3-year-old. She does the whole street crossing thing. I've literally picked her up and planted her on the sidewalk. It's like, don't ever do that again. The message she got is not, I love you. I think I even said I love you, but I definitely was pointing at her. It's like, don't ever do that again, I love you. She doesn't get that message. She gets all of this. And it's super intimidating for her. And she's like, what the hell? Like, I'm scared. She's not open to learning at that point. Neither are your kids. If you are a yeller, think of your kids as foreign speaking agents. You go to Spain, the person doesn't speak English. You getting louder does not help them speak English, okay? But it does train your kid for a really awesome skill. What is that? The ability to get yelled at. If you grow up in a household that's yellers, you learn how to navigate that. You either go inside, your parents like, wah, 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 wah. You're thinking about whatever you're thinking about. But I know you're out of control. And I want to assert control even more. So you're just spinning and if I'm really that oppositional kid, I'm like, you done yet? Don't ever fucking tell me you're done. Well, let me know when you're done. Get out of my house. Sweet, I got what I want. Woo. I'm in control, not you when you're yelling.
We went through this in dog training class.
Yeah. I'm not calling your kid a dog, but yeah, it's the same concept.
Yeah, Julie would, not deflecting, just stating the fact. She would go, after she failed out of dog training class, they said, no, you two are not a good match for this class.
Mm-hmm.
Asked her to leave. She came back to the house, and Halo was misbehaving, and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Sit down. Shut up. What? And the dog's looking at her like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And it's because she did not, you use very few words when you're training a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sit. Put him down. Sit. Good boy. And finally, Halo got to be a great dog.
Mm-hmm.
But it took learning just that one command or that one statement, not going crazy, not continuously, not using different words, just the same thing over.
And it's a strong, assertive, like, this is how I feel, but I'm in control. And if you're out of control, a dog will take off on you. And it's like, they won't come back. And it's like, you have zero control at all. So it's perfect. It's absolutely like, just be a strong and assertive, not over-aggressive, none of that, just assertive. Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, sometimes like you're just talking and they're like, stop yelling. And I'm like, I'm really not yelling. I know you don't want to hear what I'm saying, but I'm not yelling. And they kind of take that and start an argument all about yelling.
Absolutely.
And we're all into
It's a brilliant move on their part. Because we're talking about this, and I want to talk about that. So now I'm going to bait you into a conversation about this. Well done on Junior's part. So it's like when Junior's like, I feel like you're yelling at me. Okay, bud, how can I show you that I'm not yelling at you? Because I really want to have this dialogue with you, but I want you to stay open with me. So what can we do? And that's where you go. It's a brilliant move on his part. Smoke and mirrors. Like, that makes me uncomfortable. Look over here. Woo, great. Now we're fighting about this. It's actually not uncommon.